festival so far?
Yeah, it's been good, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So, from this particular film, I can see that environmental issues to you must be pretty important. Is that true?
Well, what I was going with, like, in geography and all these subjects, talking about how mankind has affected the world, you get global warming, climate change, population, but you never really get to like talk about the wildlife. That's sort of put down to the bottom of the pile, but it's still quite an important thing. Okay, it's not going to like have a massive effect on the planet, but it is part of our planet. I think it's like underrated part of the underrated effect of mankind. The effects mankind has on animals and wildlife and their habitats and things like that.
Absolutely. And you are, as I mentioned, you're 16. Had you had much help or experience of making films from school teachers? Have they been helpful at all?
There's been one film teacher since I was probably about 13 who's been there all the way through all the film festivals I've done so far, like Guernsey Lily and British International Amateur Film Festival, who's been supporting me all the way with all my films. And even now, although I don't go to say I finished at that school, she's still keen to keep in contact, which is quite nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what are you saying? You have made other films as well. What are your other films about?
Well, I started off when I was 13 making short films on sort of poems and what I thought the poem should represent in my opinion, not someone else's. So it was my personal experience, and I did about 2 of those. One called The Sad Slides, the other one called This Room. And they one was at the Guernsey Lily Film Festival a couple of years ago, and that got an award. And it also got 4 stars at British International Amateur Film Festival.
Brilliant.
And a music award. And then this, 2 years ago, or a year ago, This Room also went to British International. Okay, it only got 3 stars, but it was okay.
Wow, so you're really getting into this at good young age. And so, what are you doing now? You're going on to college. What are you studying there?
I'm studying economics, history, film studies, and maths.
I'm glad you said film studies. That's good. That's very good. Cool. So, in terms of the future, what would you like to actually be doing? I know you're 16. You've probably got a world of options out open to you. But how would you like to progress?
Progressing from this, I just want to keep making films. I think that what I've found over specifically the summer, it's not necessarily, you can make films as many as you want, you could just make films, but what I find the hardest part is getting people to notice them and to say, wow, that's actually something. Because only just recently, these last 3 weeks, I've actually only had contact. I've had contact from the Kooks, Worldwide Wildlife Fund, and then a couple of film festivals other than this one. So,
wow, that's great.
And it all came around with GCSE results, so that was okay.
Wow, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so in terms of the future, we've talked about working on other films and getting your existing films out there. Would you like to be trying different kinds of cameras, working with larger film crews, this sort of thing?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, last summer I spent most of my summer at Ealing Studios doing a short film course there.
Brilliant.
Which was quite nice because you get because of course I'm not working on a budget or I don't have actors. I mean, you got the chance to work with professional actors, with the cameras they would use in industries, on the sets, on the studios, to see. And they're also filming Johnny English too there, so that was quite nice to step onto those sets.
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, and you've got a room here with many different filmmakers, camera operators, sound recordists. Now is your chance here to tell us specifically, what are you looking to make next?
As of the moment, I haven't actually decided on what to make next because I'm more concentrated on my college, but I'm sure when I started college I'm going to be sort of starting new films. But my sort of type of film is a sort of, I'm not a comedy sort of I like to watch comedies, but I don't like to make them. I prefer sort of deeper films, which has a proper, a deep meaning about them, which is going to stay in people's mind for a while, and it makes them think about it. That's the sort of film I quite like making.
Okay, that's great. William Fuller, thank you so much.